In this series, Lucas and I, Emil, travel across the country to find some of the people with the worst backlog of miniatures we've ever seen. Hear about their stories, what got them to this overwhelming point, and hopefully, at the end of the week, help them with making a small dent in that ever-growing backlog, to finish some of those dream projects they've never had a chance to finish. And inside this house lives what we believe to be one of Sweden's biggest backlogs. So let's go visit Albin. Let's go. Hello.
Hey.
Heard you have a backlog for us.
Yeah, I have.
The backlog.
Yeah, probably.
Meet Albin, our first victim in what's hopefully going to be a returning series. He's been collecting miniatures since his early teens, more than 60% of his life, with a love for both 40k and fantasy, but also board games and RPG minis. Today, we're going to dive deep into a massive collection. So Albin, you got some stuff to show us. We've heard that it's massive.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Let's go check it out. Albin has a massive hobby room packed to the brim with old boxes, mixed with both rare collectibles but also just random ass normal stuff. So we asked him to show us some of his first and oldest kits.
This is probably the oldest in this collection.
I see some things already. Here we have all the Warhammer Quest stuff. So as you guys know, I've been a massive Hero Quest fan. When I'm done with Hero Quest, Warhammer Quest will be the next one. And here's everything with boxes. Of course, in blister packs. It's all the expansions. The Dark Wizard. And everything is in mint condition.
I haven't actively collected anything other than I just like having Games Workshop stuff.
I think we will be able to maybe see that this is not 100% true. You don't just stumble upon a collection with hundreds of thousands worth of Warhammer without collecting.
Perhaps.
Why do you have 2 Dominion boxes?
Oh yeah, those are the 2 unopened mini boxes I have. I have minis from the rest of them.
4 Dominion boxes.
2 scaling type boxes as well.
Only 2? That's not a lot.
And 2 of the original Age of Sigmar boxes as well there.
Oh yeah.
They're still unopened, yeah.
What the hell?
And speaking of Warhammer Quest, here we have Shadows of Hammerhall and Silver Tower.
Yeah.
And then this is the original, and one of them is still
I think
sealed.
it's two more of those boxes worth of Stormcast in this box as well.
Do you have any painted Stormcast?
Yeah, one guy here. And this one's partly painted, and these are assembled. So
You're almost there.
yeah.
I think it's so fun to see when you come into a big collector's house, because you see the stuff on the shelf and you're like, oh, it's a lot of stuff. But then you start seeing, no, there's freaking boxes upon boxes.
I'm working on my Tyranids right now. That's one of the projects I've built. Here's 2 Leviathan worths of Tyranids, and I have another Leviathan box over there. So
I see a certain pattern here. Buying 1 box and then buying 3 more.
It's not only the start box and stuff here, it's some other stuff. Some Carnifexes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I have my Space Marines. These are actually partly painted.
This is the definition of painted.
This is 2,000 points with these boxes here.
Yeah.
I have the Leviathan box over there. Oh, there's more Space Marines somewhere. There's an Indominus box. Some of these. I don't know. It's maybe 3,000 points or something like that.
It's a really beautiful thing that see a white box, and to get to the white box you have to remove 6 start collecting boxes and 2 kill team boxes.
I bought 10 of these sort of big dragons from some Kickstarter.
Did you ever plan on painting them?
Maybe. Yeah, I get to these sooner or later. Yeah, probably.
One of the beautiful things with Albin is like he's one of the people that helped me get into Warhammer. Through the years, he's picked up a lot of my old collections when I felt like, oh, it's overwhelming, I have too much. Then Albin is like, maybe can I have a look if there's something in there for me? And then he always ends up buying all of it.
Do you have anything to say in your defense?
No, not at all.
And this backlog is truly massive. Wherever you turn your head, there is a new box filled with some sprues or just unopened Warhammer boxes. All of this leaves me with but one question. Do you keep track of everything? Do you know what you have in your collection?
No.
No.
Not really.
But you collect pretty much all the war games. So it's like Kings of War, Warhammer Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, Underworlds, Necromunda, Kill Team.
Yeah.
Everything. Oh, here is new
Here's the
stuff.
Slaanesh boxes.
So, but this is new stuff because it's spearheads.
Yeah, that's one of my, like, that I actually see in the pipe sometime soon.
How many projects like this do you have?
Yeah, it's like the Stormcast and the Nurgle and the Tyranids and the Space Marines and these guys.
So 6 armies.
Yeah. Oh, and the Necromunda stuff and Lord of the Rings also. That's of course.
How about that game there?
Mythic Battles, guys. It's also one of the Kickstarters.
So it's 9 armies/games. It's currently on the active waiting list.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's very many things.
But it's so clear that he has some things that he would like to get painted, at least from when we talked to him, because he has some things that he wants to play with his local community.
It would be cool if we could like complete a full army.
So then he can just leave the project.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about it. Let's ask him, bring him in, see if we can paint some stuff for him, and we'll take it from there. Let's do this. How do you feel like if we offered to help paint something up for you, bring that backlog down to a little bit less, and maybe get you something playable?
Wow. Yeah. That would be really cool. I would really need some help. That would be really nice. Really nice of you guys.
How do you feel about Tyranids?
Those guys have been grey since Leviathan came out. And they would be really nice to play with, because I really like the Tyranids, so that'd be nice.
Let's do this, Lucas. You with
No.
me?
This is on you. You can do that.
Yeah, let's do it. So while we pack all of these Tyranids up, let's talk about this week's sponsor, the mobile tactical Warhammer 40,000 game Tacticus. And let's just talk a little bit from the heart. As you guys know, Lucas and I were massive Warhammer fans, and having a sponsor that releases a game that is actually good, based off a universe that we actually love, is kind of awesome. If you haven't tried Tacticus out yet, it's a tactical game where you collect different Warhammer 40k races and characters and then battle each other out on a tactical battlefield. Sort of like a chess game, but more advanced. And to me, it's like the perfect thing, sitting on the loo, playing a couple of games, getting my Warhammer fix every day. Kind of addictive, to be honest, but it's a lovely game to just play in between the times when I can paint and play with the real figures. The game is being constantly updated, so every month there are new characters to play, and kind of a fun coincidence, this month they just released so that you can play with the Tyranids. So just enter the code SQUIDNIDS in the game to get some Tyranid shards. On top of that, right now we're celebrating Christmas in true Grotmas style with a red gobbo. And he will appear elusively with his jolly outfit and explosive award. If you haven't tried the game, just scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link down below. Just try it, and if you haven't played it in a long while, it's definitely worth to get back into the game, because right now there's so much fun to try out. Let's get back to painting. Okay, so we're back, and Lucas has gotten sick again.
Fuck yeah.
You guys gotta stop sending him anthrax. I know he's begging for a lot of cookies, but he doesn't deserve the anthrax in his mailbox. But we have to keep going, because in just a week from now, Albin arrives up here in Umeå, and we have to paint up the whole army until then. So I'm going to make a test with this one. Lucas and I had a discussion, and we're gonna make them kind of forest jungly, so it's gonna be like a green thing with a little bit of orange on it. Hopefully it's gonna really scream Squidmar when it's done. I'm just gonna do a test. Start off by spraying it dark green and then get started with some speed painting techniques to make it look as good as possible in as short amount as possible. Let's just start. And with the first mini done, it is time for a partial review. I'm not a huge fan of the skin tones in there, so I'm gonna try to make that probably like a gray-black for the next mini. But it's a good kind of first try, I guess. So we have one mini down, a lot more to go. Let's just dive into it. During the first day, I really feel like I nailed all of the green tones on their carapaces, and it's looking really fly. Same thing goes for the orange. It's looking really fiery and the color scheme is awesome. I can't wait to get the basing materials in there to make everything look like it's part of an environment. So it turns out Lucas has pneumonia. Which means that I'm gonna be all alone this week, and we have about half as much work hours to put into this army as expected. 3 days to go. I have to get started. I did manage to finish one yesterday, and I have 4 big dudes almost done, so I'm gonna see if I can get those done in 2 hours or so, and then get some unit guys painted. Let's do it. As I started working on day 2, I really needed to get the pink in on all the carnifexes so that unit looked coherent, and then I needed to paint with some gray on all of the other guys. I really enjoyed how the gray looked, but maybe I can even combine them, making some of the minis gray and some of them with the pink inner skin tones. With a few hours left on a day, with all these 5 guys completely finished, I could start working on some elite units. I don't know what these guys are called, but they are definitely my favorites so far to paint. I really enjoy how the armor is looking on them. And then we have the small boss, and yeah, I just gotta speed things up to make sure that I can finish as much as possible. And as the second day came to a close, I was done with the first 9 guys. Still a lot to be done. Okay, so it's Wednesday morning, which means that I have less than 2 days left until the day when Albin arrives. I did manage to finish 5 big guys, 1 boss, and 3 of the elite units, which means that there's like 1 massive guy left and there's like 40 unit dudes left to paint. Can I do it in 2 days? I don't know, I'm gonna have to try. I might not be showing the most details in this video, exactly how to paint. I guess that's fine. But it's gonna be exciting to see how he reacts when he comes up, because I feel like it's looking really, really cool. But I also really, really need to speed up because it's so much left to do. And even if there aren't any detailed guides on exactly what paints used in this video, rest assured, all of them are part of the Squidmar Essential paint sets. So if you want to learn to paint like me and Lucas, go check out the paint sets and follow us on our second channel, Squidly Bits, for more detailed tutorials. Thursday morning, one more day to go. Yesterday I managed to get a lot more stuff done, but it feels like half the army is still left to be painted. So yesterday I made a call to the guy and told him to come a bit later than we had originally planned. So I might have like half of Friday as well to paint the army, but kind of have to step up, speed up even a bit more. Maxime! You want to help me paint some Tyranids? I need help.
I got so many videos to do.
Please, I need help. Come on, you got this. A few hours in on a Thursday, our editor Maxime, despite having a really hectic schedule with the editing before Christmas, decided to jump in and help me with some of the skin tones on the Tyranids. And I was so thankful for it because there was so much left to be done. Last day today, and still some units left to paint, but I'm kind of confident. So the thing that might be problematic for us is to finish off the bases in time. Thankfully Marcus and Viktor started working a little bit on the bases yesterday, but we're still kind of strapped for time. And you guys might ask yourself, why are you guys always strapped for time? Well, we're time optimists, and sometimes when someone gets sick, it fucks up our schedule. So yeah, it's another one of those projects. But I'm gonna do it in time, I promise. With just 2 more hours until Albin arrives, there was no time for lunch, despite the fact that everyone in the office chimed in and helped working on the bases. And a massive thanks to Gamers Grass for the lovely tufts they sent us for this army. The army is freaking done. It was really last minute again. I don't know how many times we can be last minute, but we managed. I'm a little bit nervous. I hope he likes the army. I would be really happy with getting this, but let's see how it goes. Welcome and welcome. So I've heard that you've bought more Warhammer since last time.
No. Yeah, I bought some today actually.
So it's like status quo now. We painted some, but we're up to the same level again.
There was a new Nurgle box, the Christmas. Yeah, I just can't help myself. The Nurgle stuff.
Can't teach an old dog to sit.
That's like 1 minute in that box that I didn't have before. So
yeah. So we've had an intense week. Lucas got sick. He's still sick with pneumonia, lung inflammation. So he's been out for the whole period when we were gonna paint. But Viktor, Maxime, and Marcus has helped with some bases and stuff.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited. I can tell you.
On in. Less backlog.
It's a pretty backlog also.
And Albin's reaction was even better than we could have expected. He was really excited to see his army and he loved the color scheme. Always a bit nervous. Is he gonna think it looks like shit or is he gonna be happy? He seems pretty happy, which is good.
Pretty happy, man. An actual painted army.
And of course, this video was made possible thanks to the mobile game that we all play. Albin is actually a nerd playing.
Thanks, Tacticus, for sponsoring this video.
So go check out the game. I think it's time for a grand reveal.